It's been a while.
And I mean, nothing really happens the rest of the night. The next morning, they wish you safe travels and they head off as they're much faster than you.
Yeah.
Um, but you had a interesting little encounter there. The following night, uh, the following night, Nissa, you have a dream.
Oh boy.
It's cold. You're used to the cold, but this cold seems deeper somehow. Colder than cold. White snowflakes dance across the nearly buried road as a cold, lightless magical lamppost stands before you. It's quiet, too. Completely silent, actually, except for the occasional whistle of the wind. There's a shifting of snow behind you.
Turn?
Okay. So you turn, and you see a small girl in tattered furs that seem far too small for her. She has pale skin and long blonde hair that kind of obscures her face. All that you can see of it is the icicles that hang from her nose and her pointed ears and the ends of her hairs. Her small, trembling hands hold a small satchel. She doesn't seem to notice you.
I want to try and walk closer to her.
She doesn't react.
I want to try and touch her.
You reach out, and as your hand gets closer, you just feel a sudden biting cold, and you instinctually reach back. You hear the sounds of crunching boots begin to slowly approach, that you didn't notice until now due to the muffling of the snow. They're coming down the roadside, it sounds like. Multiple people.
I'm gonna glance up.
As you look back around, the girl slowly makes her way to the edge of the road, her bare feet blue against the snow, and holds out an unlit candle. The faceless figures that pass by pay her no mind as she says words you can't hear. All you do hear is the mutterings of the faceless travelers, louder than they should be in your ears. Elf, witch child, evil spirit. The girl follows for a few steps before returning to the corner of her roadside where 6 lit candles gutter in the breeze. You wake up. So, meanwhile, however, while Mord's on his watch, Nissa,
Uh-huh.
you have a dream.
Oh boy. Is it about a little girl again, walking down the road, lighting candles?
It's cold. The wind has died down a little, but the snow is still falling upon the roadside. The unlit arcane lanterns overwhelmed by the sheer unpleasantness of the weather. You, however, feel no discomfort. Being a native to a particularly cold and lightless plane of existence, cold rarely bothers you. But then, you feel it again. The deep freeze, colder than cold, feels like it's reaching inside and stealing all the warmth away.
Winter is coming. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
There's a shifting of snow behind you. What do you do?
I turn.
You turn. There on the roadside is a little elven girl. She's dressed in tattered furs that seem far too large for her. Come to think of it, haven't you had this dream before? She has long blonde hair that obscures her face, and icicles hang from her nose, her pointed ears, and the ends of her hairs. Her skin is tinted blue against the snow, and the stones of the gutter where she is sitting, shivering. It's a miracle she isn't dead. 5 lit candles surround her, and a 6th has been put out by the wind. What do you do?
I'm gonna walk over.
She doesn't really react to your presence, but as you get closer, you can just feel the aura of pure, bone-deep chill that surrounds her.
I'm gonna kneel down in front of her.
She doesn't react.
I'm going to shrug off my coat and hope that in this dream I can drape it over her.
As your hands get closer, trying to get your hands closer to her, the cold is excruciating. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. 15.
15. The DC was 15.
Mm-hmm.
You reach through the cold. It's agonizing. It feels as though your blood has turned to ice and your skin to fire, but you persevere.
Interesting.
As your outstretched hand reaches her, and you place the coat over her shoulders, she buries her head in her hands, trying to ignore you. Hunched over the 5 candles that gutter in the wind.
I'm going to try and talk to her in Elvish. I'm going to ask her where she is.
The only response is the curling of her fingers against her hair as she tries to ignore you. Suddenly, you feel the cold from your hand feels like it's spreading. It spreads throughout your whole body like you're submerged in ice water. And the wind dies to complete silence. You wake up, sitting in your bedroll. Your hand is numb. Maybe you just slept on it funny. Maybe. Carissa, you have a dream.
Oh boy.
So, you're surrounded by swirling snow.
Again.
You're not on the road anymore. This time, amongst the hills, it looks like. There are gradually disappearing small footprints leading away behind you into the distance. This looks like almost a blizzard. There's a spot next to one of the hills where there's a little overhang from one of these nearly dead trees where there's almost enough space for some shelter. And you can see the little girl is there with 4 lit candles and 2 burned out ones. She doesn't seem to have noticed you.
I lean down. Or is she still shivering, like she always is?
Yes. You cannot see her face as it's obscured by the frozen locks of hair.
I'm going to wrap her. Am I wearing a coat?
Yes.
I'm going to slip off my coat and wrap it around her. And hold on to her again, like I did last time.
Once again, it is exceedingly cold. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Fuck. That is 24.
24.
Yes.
So you reach out and wrap your coat around her, and she just starts slightly and curls away from you, just trying to hide.
I just hold her like I did last time.
You're not real. It's not real.
What's not real?
You open your mouth to speak, and you hear nothing come out.
I just squeeze her tighter.
You wait. It's getting colder, and she still feels like you're holding an ice block, and it's taking all your concentration to keep holding on. I need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
18.
Alright. Sitting there, the 5 candles still flickering. And...
Did you say 4?
Oh, sorry, 4. My bad.
There was 4 flickering candles and 2 out.
Yes. And as you are sitting there, you can just feel the excruciating cold, and the wind is still picking up and getting worse. And you kind of look over and steal a glance out and see far away there's a figure in the snow. All you see is a silhouette watching the scene.
I'm just gonna try and see if I can see the figure. Like, it's just a silhouette,
It's
so
just a silhouette in the snow from here.
I just watched the figure.
And you have just enough time to see one of the candles gutter and go out. And you awake on the floor of Grimes' study. Your arms feel particularly cold and numb. You definitely didn't sleep on them funny.
I am going to go sit back at the table in the corner, and I'm going to make sure I have something that, like, I won't get wax on the table or anything. So I would have grabbed, like, something
Like a
from my
plate.
stuff.
Okay.
And I'm going to light the candle, put a little wax on the plate, and stick it to the plate, and just let it burn for a little bit.
Okay. Sit there, seeing the wavering flame. And
Oh, I also pull a flask out of my bag and pour the rest of my drink in the flask.
okay.
So,
Do you sit back and just watch the candle?
yeah, I only do it for like maybe 30 minutes. I don't know how long the candle lasts, but
You find, as you're kind of just sitting there staring at the candle, your eyes start to droop. You start awaking, you start up
I'm
again.
kind of like, I'm meditating too, so. Meditating and watching the candle.
Alright.
What are you
Make
doing?
a wisdom check with advantage.
A wisdom what?
A wisdom check with advantage.
Oh, cool. 18.
You're not really sure when you fell asleep, but you feel like you did. The first thing surrounding you, as always, is the howling wind.
I look for the girl.
You see her fairly quickly this time, huddled underneath the ledge. A piece of ice is broken off and fallen before her. You can still see the figure in the distance, but you can't make out much. You can see 3 wavering lit candles at her feet.
How many were there before?
Each stream, a candle has gone out.
Fuck!
There were 6 initially.
I'm gonna go and do what I usually do. I'm going to wrap her in a warm coat. Do I have a blanket this time?
You do not. Cold surrounds you. Something breaks above you, and you see a piece of ice fall in your direction. Make a dexterity saving throw. As the overhang she is hiding behind begins to break apart.
Nat 20 plus 1.
Holy Christ. You avoid it! It just immediately dodge out of the way. As you're watching in the wind, through the howling wind, you hear her say, "You can't be real! You can't be here!
Where are you?
You have to get out of here!"
Where are you? I go up to her and hold her again like I do usually.
Make a Constitution saving throw. Or, sorry, Wisdom saving throw, rather.
Wisdom. 19.
19. You reach in, and again, the cold is excruciating. It's like nothing you felt. You see her turn away even more. There isn't much time.
Much time for what? Where are you?
If you can't get here, then there's nothing you can do.
I can get here. You just have to tell me where here is. I will come find you. I will save you. Just tell me where you are.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me.
19.
Holy Christ. That was a DC 17. So as you are just holding on through the cold, chattering teeth, you speak the words. He has a note in his cabinet. Or at least he said he would. I don't know.
Who's he?
The man with the basket, he said he would never come back. He said he would sell it and forget about it. And then I'd be here. And there's nobody else left. The wind is getting stronger, and you can barely make out her words as the cold reaches deeper and deeper.
I describe my old friend to her. Is that who said he'd sell the basket?
You keep speaking, and the wind is too loud. She can't hear you.
I'll find you. I yell over the wind.
Make a Constitution saving throw, as you've been holding on for a long time, and the cold is... You're getting numb.
That's 15.
15. You hold on, and through the wind, you shout that final message as white begins to recede around your vision. And the only thing you see is the ice begin to crack above the overhang. And she just clenches down and tries to hide. And you have just enough vision left to see one of the candles go out. And you wake in a cold sweat. You lean up from where you were sitting on the bench. The candle has long burned out. It's not even close to morning yet. And you see, well, you feel cold all over. And as you stand up, you see a strand of your hair swing in front of your face. And 4 of them are pure white.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
She has no staff. In fact, you haven't seen her make any somatic components, or verbal components, obviously, for any of the spells she's cast.
Oh god, is she a mystic?
No.
No, definitely
No, I don't
not.
use those. They're banned.
Thank god.
They're banned. No. No, she's a wizard.
She's a wizard, Harry.
Yeah. So she raises her hands, and all the candles light at once. And you wait. And then you can hear this faint cracking sound. Like glass being pressed up hard against by a sharp blade. You hear the cracking again, and this time you see a small line in thin air above the triangle, which is now beginning to smoke. All edges of this drawn red set of glyphs across the floor begin to glow slightly.
Oh, right. Should we leave a rope leading back here?
She flicks a mage hand, and you see once again across the air the shining words, "Can't hurt."
I like her.
And
Is there something Mord could tie a rope to out here?
there's the dresser.
That'll work.
Alright, make a sleight of hand check with strength.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a 14.
14. That'll do. At this point, the crack widens, and there is a doorway of shivering red energy in the air, leading to a blizzard.
Oh boy.
And this is zips up her coat, or buttons up her coat, actually. Buttons up her coat, or buttons the top button on her coat, because the rest of it would be buttoned. And steps through.
Or pulls his giant wolf coat the rest of the way on and follows suit.
Yeah, Airden will tighten up his cloak and sort of just... He'll lean towards... He'll stick his hand out, trying to feel if... Does the portal feel any different? Does it feel
lot
heat
colder.
or cold? Oh. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's to be expected.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Does
Oh.
Pavu feel especially cold?
Papa's not that bothered.
It's just cold.
Figured.
Papa's
Thought I should ask.
Papa's a Goliath. She's not bothered.
Thought I should ask.
Fair. So, who's going next after Mord?
I'll go.
I'll go. Or
You
I'll
two step
gesture
in.
for.
You see around you a blizzard. There are occasional small leaning trees over the top of this plain of snow and ice.
Can I
By the way,
look for
the rope is
tracks?
tied around Mord's waist.
Got it.
Nissa looks for any landmarks.
Make a survival check.
Alright, a sec.
We are entering a skill
No.
challenge.
Fuck.
I won't do. That's a
What was that?
5 to track.
Yeah, unfortunately the snow is falling so heavily there are no tracks.
Nirsa, can you describe what kind of location we're looking for?
You're having to shout over the wind.
Last
Yeah.
time I saw her, she was under some ice thing. A bunch of icicles were falling around her.
Alright. Could you see the sun?
I see the sun.
No.
Or like
Do-do-do-do.
literally where the light was coming from.
Was she holding something?
No.
She had candles around her to keep warm.
I got a 10 on my survival check. I'm looking for the candlelight as well. Not
You
that I'm
look
gonna
around,
see that.
You can see, it looks like a semi-familiar, maybe on the edge of the clearing, there's a hill over there that looks like that might be it.
I'm going to start walking in that direction.
Alright, you guys start moving through the storm all together. Are you following her?
Yep.
I'm going to
Yeah.
cast Produce Flame, and will that, like, melt at least a tiny bit of snow in the area?
It helps you to see a little bit, that's about it.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I mean,
so-
I have night vision, but, like,
No,
yeah.
I'll have light
dark
going on my
vision.
sword.
Yeah. You can see forward a little bit in the snow as you're trudging forward. Off to the side, you actually kind of more glance over and can see about 15 feet off, the ground just ends, and there's a jagged end of the surface of the ground, and below that is just swirling snow.
Gonna go ahead and point that out to everyone.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
We better move quickly. I don't know if that's because this place is collapsing or if it's just how it is.
It's probably collapsing.
You keep moving forward.
Yeah.
You can see off to your right, there is a large tree that leans up over top of... Oh, come to think of it, as you're looking over, there is one of the metal lampposts that are usually on the edge of the trustway. It's not lit, though.
Look at that. That's probably what we need. Just follow
Does this- Does this look from? Well, yeah, Mord, how would you know that? Nissa, does this look familiar?
Yes?
You keep moving towards it. You head forward towards... you seem, as you're kicking up snow, you can see you're definitely on the road now.
Yeah.
You look around. Is somebody looking for... Who wants to head the looking?
Mord with
Perception
the
check.
high Oh wait, perception.
Yeah.
Oh, I
no.
thought this was like a trailblazing survival-y thing. I mean, that's fine.
There are no tracks.
Oh, I thought it was like trying to follow the road.
Oh, well, if you're trying to follow the road, sure.
I looked down both directions of the road to try and see which way the ice thing is.
I mean, I guess.
Make a perception
Yeah,
check.
sorry. I guess I want to do both. I want to make sure that we don't end up off the road, but at the same time, I want to help look for the thing. Can I do both?
No,
So-
you gotta pick one, really, for this.
13.
Okay. And you're keeping everyone on the road, so make a survival check with
So
disadvantage.
hold on, before we carry on, Aridin will ask Nissa. So, are you? Do you think we might be close? Does any of this look familiar? Have you gotten any?
The road, I'm trying to spot which direction to go in.
All
Oh
right.
wait,
well, one,
did I do that already?
Yeah.
you're not holding any candles, right, Nissa?
No, you lit all the candles to power the portal.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Locate Object and look for a candle.
Ah, that's how 1,000 feet?
Yep.
Okay, as you cast the spell, you can immediately feel your internal compass is shaking slightly. This entire place, its sense of direction is thrown off.
Oh boy.
However, you get a general hit on something directly off the road to your right.
Okay, I'll point in that direction. I think I sense a candle in this direction. I don't know. Everything's sort of screwed up here, but this might be the way.
Very well.
All
We'll
right.
go this way.
And that lasts 10 minutes.
As you're heading forward,
Can I use a skill similar to survival to help us move faster?
Nissa's moving as fast as she can.
You're
I would say
walking
use perception and make sure we don't walk off any more edges.
That too?
Yeah.
Alright, well, perception check, Mord.
22.
22.
Want to look out
Yeah.
for edges, holes, like patches of snow that look like there's something under it where, like, you know, the kind of thing where if you step on it, it's just like cave in.
Yeah. Okay, you're keeping an eye out. Nissa, go ahead and make an athletics check. You're heading the way, you're trudging on. Walking through snow is hard.
15.
15. Okay, so you're pressing on. She's a little ahead of you guys, by not by much. But as you guys crest over the hill, you see this massive wall of nothing. The only reason you can tell it's there is because the swirling snow is colliding with something. It's blocking your path forward, and you can see just beyond that, there is the clearing that Nissa you do recognize.
It's just up there. Nissa yells and then breaks into the best of a run she can.
Towards the barrier.
Yeah, wherever the kid is. Or
You can't
wherever
see them
the
yet,
clearing-
but you know that...
The clearing.
Okay, you're gonna have to... You run up and immediately you hit the barrier. It's this invisible wall of something. What are you gonna do?
Can I see the kid inside the barrier?
Make a perception check.
Perception. That is 14.
14. As you look through, you can just about make out the small overhang where the child sits, and you can almost see someone beside her for a second, and then they flick out and vanish.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Slam a
Time.
fist against the barrier, trying to get her attention.
Okay, she doesn't look up and just buries her face in her hands as you see another figure just appear next to her.
I'm going to
Didn't you
knock on
see
the
a
thing.
figure
Yeah.
in one of your visions?
Yes. I'm going to knock on it again and yell, "I'm here!"
Okay. So, for the sake of this, make a charisma check. I'm gonna say with advantage.
Nat 20.
Oh.
What's the total?
Um,
A lot, I know.
here's, 24.
24. You shout out, and you can see a final figure appear, and then just at the last second, you see the figure look in your direction, and you can are face to face with yourself, and then the figure vanishes. You look.
Do we see this?
You do now. You've caught up with her.
Nissa, what the hell is happening?
At this point,
I think time is moving differently.
At this point, the kid looks up and catches sight of you, and you just see beside them one of the two remaining lit candles go out. What do you do?
Mord is going to try to hit the wall with whatever he's got.
Make an attack roll.
I'm gonna cast Shillelagh and hit it with my staff.
Make an attack roll as well.
Mord gets a 27 to hit.
27 will hit, yeah.
Rolled a 19
Roll
with my
damage.
+1 magic axe.
Roll damage.
I have nothing that will help in this situation for spells.
10
Um,
damage. Yeah, I'm really low on
11.
spells too.
You could cast Armor of Agathis and taunt the wall.
Yes, I could.
11 to hit.
Come on, hit me.
Sorry, what was that, Pabu?
11.
That'll actually still hit. It's a wall. Roll damage. It's
Does
an
the
8.
wall, what I guess it's magic in some sort?
It definitely
Come
looks like
on.
it.
I rolled a 1.
One total damage?
4, so 5.
5. And
damage.
Mord, what was
I'm-
yours?
10 damage.
I'm also
10.
gonna strike with my sword with a 22 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
So I mean, not that the booming blade will matter, but it's
Actually, it
9,
does.
10, 11.
If the wall moves.
Nissa's gonna try and yell to the girl to come to me.
11 damage.
11 damage.
Nissa,
Hmm.
I have an idea, but we need her to be here. I
You
don't know
guys-
how long. If it works, I can hold it.
You guys are making
Okay.
small scratches in its invisible surface, but you can't. All you can see is little scratches hanging in thin air. You see.
It does not look like we're making a lot of progress.
Can I
does
attack
it?
again?
Yeah. Go. Roll
Can
to hit.
Zephyr hit the wall?
18.
Nissa yells for the girl to come to her. Come here,
Ian,
we're
are
here
you
to get
there?
you out.
Roll
Yeah, I'm here.
persuasion check with advantage.
Ian, if you've got a second, you should try to hit the wall with your great axe.
I got
I got
another
18
nat
to hit.
20.
Wow.
Oh my god.
You and Will, Jesus.
But it's only 24 because I'm not proficient in persuasion. I'm proficient in intimidation instead. I don't remember why.
Well, 12 damage, Crucian.
All right, got it. You're making hits, but it's not doing a whole. You're doing more than the sword seems to. Oh no, Mord's sword's fine actually.
Yeah,
Aridin-
Mord's axe.
Aridin is just gonna try to full-on shoulder check the wall.
Okay, it
Zephyr will
it
hit
hurts.
the wall with his axe like
Okay.
once, but
Yeah.
he's not very convinced because you guys have been very unsuccessful.
At this point, the kid stands shakily.
Nissa, if you can get her to the wall, I have an idea. I might be able to punch a hole in it temporarily if it really is as magical as I think. But I
Whatever
don't know if I can hold it for long.
whatever unholy force is holding this wall up, just take it down now.
I'm not sure I can take the whole thing down.
He's not yelling out at you. He's just in this general invocation to the air.
Hey,
okay.
Aridin.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me.
not intimidation.
No.
Are you trying to persuade the wall to go away?
That's a 6.
6. I'll say you still get its attention. At this point, something materializes next to you. In the field of white nothingness, this rainbow smoke appears and begins to form something.
I'm gonna use my divine sense.
Doesn't light off any of your
Okay.
anything. I'm gonna send a picture of what forms in the smoke to you all.
Oh boy.
This is lovely.
Whoa.
A figure of stars and
What
color
Hell
forms.
What?
And that's not a celestial, is what you're
It
telling
is
me.
not a celestial, no.
Jesus.
It turns to you, and you just hear a voice echoing outwards. And then it takes you a second to realize it is saying nothing. All you hear is syllables. Random, unconnected nonsense. And it fades quickly.
Are we sure it was
What was-
nonsense and not like a different language?
Yeah, it's not a language, from what you can
What
tell.
was that?
There's something very unusual. Is the child up to the wall?
Takes another shaky step. There's a crunch in the snow. And another. And another. And steps up to the wall. And just looks out, squinting up. Still can't see her eyes. It's
Pablo,
hidden
can
by
you
the
make
hair.
some fire?
Yeah. What do you need, Mord?
Just hold some fire. Just something warm.
I'll cast Produce Flame and hold it up to the wall.
Suddenly, you reach out with the wavering single flame that you hold. And in the background, you all see the last candle go out. As you
God.
hold the only fire in this whole place.
God damn it. Mord casts Dispel Magic, trying to, punch a square hole in the wall.
So, you reach back with the fist that has your holy symbol on it. And you cast Dispel Magic. And I need you to make an attack roll with strength.
Yup. Natural 20.
Holy Christ!
Oh my god!
Christ!
3 natural 20s to deal with? Wow. You all hear a splintering of glass. Mord, you take
I just punched
5
a window.
points of piercing damage.
Oh,
And as you smash through the something, you can feel the splinters digging into your skin, but all you see is wounds appearing. And you reach forward. She moves her head to look down at your hand. You hear more gibberish coming from the figure in the nothingness.
can I reach the child?
She reaches out tentatively and grasps your hand.
Okay, I would like to pick up the child.
You have one hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab onto Mord and try to pull him.
It's a child, and I'm 7'2".
Oh, that's true. You're pretty tall.
Yeah.
I'm huge.
Okay.
Can
I
she?
think I can pick up a
Just lift her up by the arm.
No, I
No,
like put my
just
arm
lift-
around her and lift her up like on my shoulder, and then I just I turn around, look at everyone, motion
Well,
with my bleeding hand.
your hand is still like the hole is only about big enough for your arm.
Oh, I thought I like.
No, you got an arm through the wall, but
Oh,
you got an arm through the wall.
okay, I completely
She
misunderstood.
grasps your hand and just
I'm going to
Do you know what spell would be nice right now?
she puts the other hand.
Dimension door.
Shatter.
Ah, yes.
She
Mm.
puts
Zephyr has shatter.
he does.
Zephyr, cast Shatter now.
Not on my arm, please.
I cast Shatter, not on Mord's
No,
arm.
wait, hold on. Shen was gonna say something first, and if I could take my arm out, there would be a hole.
Yeah, she puts her other hand against the barrier. And it's at that exact moment that Zephyr lets out a war cry and points his holy symbol at the wall.
And Mord like pulls his arm out and leaps out of the way.
Go ahead and roll 3d8 thunder damage. It needs to roll a con save. Its first one was a natural 20. However, it has disadvantage because it is made of a material that is that's far less good. Yeah, roll 3d8.
Alright, that is a 14.
A 14. So, you reach out. And there's a shattering as the wall where the hole already was, weakening it, breaks outwards. Aridin and Mord, you take 7 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
as does the kid,
Ooh.
Ooh.
who just leans backwards and almost falls backwards into the snow. You're not sure how big the hole is since you can't see it.
Mord would like to try and figure out how big the hole is by trying to jump through it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah, I was gonna
I'm going
go
to hold
and
my
lift
flame up
the
to
thing.
it.
I'm gonna stick my arm through and try to beckon the child to take my hand.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do, is try
Well,
to scoop up the child. We all want to
be
scoop
clear,
up.
as you guys are trying to do this,
You're all
Mord is
crowding
trying
in.
to throw his entire body. into the hole.
Yeah, you're all crowding in,
Oh,
and Mord
God.
is trying to force his way through. You see this.
Nissa moves out of the way as soon as she sees what Mord's trying to
Because
do.
Mord
Okay.
weighs
And
like-
pulls
you don't wanna
Aridin
be-
with her.
You do not want to be between him and this wall. Right
Yeah.
now.
And I gesture for the child to move out of the way as well.
Yeah, he charges the wall.
Okay, at this point, the rainbow figure sets its hand on Zephyr's shoulder
Wait, what?
and continues speaking in its gibberish language.
What does
What
their
the-
hand even feel like?
It feels slightly warmer than the
It's
air.
a great question,
about it.
actually.
At this point, however, there is a sudden static clearing in the back of your head, and you hear a voice.
Boy.
Zephyr.
Okay.
Breaker. Take the prisoner. There is no point now.
Let me write that down.
And then the Mana Storm Golem dissipates.
What?
What the hell?
Mana Storm Golem. Wow.
Mord, you're holding on to this tiny, very, very cold person. I need you to make a
Oh, I made it
Constitution
to the
saving
child?
throw. Yes.
And
Healing word
make
on
a,
the child.
Make
Wait.
a Constitution saving throw first.
Is the child on this? Is the child within reach for me? I want the child. Give me the child.
Not yet. Mord is the one through the hole right now.
Okay.
Save is 16.
Okay, you managed to hold on despite the frigid cold seems to be emanating from her.
Just like to use a second level Cure Wounds on the
Okay.
child.
also, my divine
recover
Don't bother
from any of
rolling.
those.
She's at full health.
my
Yeah, I
divine
assumed.
my divine sense doesn't pick up anything off the child too, right?
Nope.
Okay.
I was gonna use something a little weaker, but I'm completely out of first level slots, so...
Does Mord come back through with the kid?
Does he?
Yeah, he's gonna try.
Nissa walks up to the hole or whatever and reaches for the kid.
Do you hand her over?
He'll come all the way through the hole, and then yeah.
Yeah, she
Okay.
still is barefoot, so is not up for walking.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Rhino Mob suggests you cast Wish. So...
Yes, we can definitely do that at 6th level.
Nissa's holding a thick blanket when she reaches for the kid, so she can just wrap her in it.
Alright.
And I'm gonna take off my furs and wrap them around her.
Alright. In the moment...
Nissa is now holding more fur than child.
Rhino Mob says the child is to be eaten.
No. No, Rhino Mob,
At this
no.
point, however, you just hear Nissa, the smallest voice in Elvish, say, "Cold."
I know. Nissa hands her the cold or the warm drink. Drink this.
There is
It'll
a
help.
loud cracking of stone. You hear.
Which direction?
You watch as about a third of the platform beyond the barrier breaks off and falls.
We need to go. We need to go now. Go, 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 go. Yeah, Mord is shoving everyone back the way we
Everybody
came.
Yeah, I'm
make
gonna run.
everybody make athletics checks.
Don't fail me now. Wow, my rolls today were 9.
Athletic?
12.
Athletics, right?
Yep, 12,
23.
23,
22.
22,
5, or sorry, 9.
9.
9
Nissa,
Wait, what am I rolling?
athletics.
athletics.
You are trying to run in snow, and it's not going great.
Yeah, no, 6.
6. You're trying to carry this giant bundle of fur that probably has a child somewhere inside it, and are stumbling.
I'll turn to Nissa. Give her to me. I can carry her. I'll keep her safe.
Nissa hands the kid over
Okay.
Okay,
and
Mord
tells
picks up
her in
Nissa and then
Elvish
keeps
that
running.
it's okay.
She doesn't seem to have the energy to argue.
Did that
I
come
make
through?
sure she's wrapped tightly
you
in the
say,
blanket as
Will?
well.
Nissa's lagging behind, right?
Yes.
Mord is gonna pick up Nissa and then keep running.
Okay. Eridan's lagging behind a little bit too, but not as much. You guys
Yeah.
start making your way past,
Plus,
and
he
you can see
he can't carry Eridan. He's
I
wearing
know.
heavy armor.
he is heavy.
Also, for what it's worth, I could technically be like every 6 seconds, using lightning lure to move her from 15 feet away to 10 feet away without causing damage.
You're right. Oh my god. Just dragging someone behind by a lightning rod.
Yeah, basically.
So as you keep
It's
going,
funny.
you can see the portal ahead of you. It is now about 2.5 feet wide.
Run!
I'm sprinting.
Oh. The running.
I'm gonna need you all to make athletics checks again.
I feel like I should have
Oh, damn.
advantage
Oh,
in my
thank God.
favorite terrain.
You don't have favored terrain. You're not a ranger.
I know.
24.
24.
That's 20!
Natural
Also
20.
24.
You didn't need it. Zephyr?
15.
Alright, 15. Nissa?
She
That's
doesn't need to
even
roll.
worse. That's 5.
Mord is carrying her.
Oh, right. Sorry. Good, because that would have been bad. So, you all are running and running and running, and you're getting closer and closer. And there's a second where you're not sure all you're going to make it. But it's getting smaller, but you're also having to avoid crumbling ground around you. And then...
Like, if I have to cause damage to someone with lightning lure to pull them the last bit, like, I will.
Fair.
How far can Mord throw Nissa?
Well, hang on. You
What?
already made your rolls.
Okay.
You all stumble out across the floor of the planetarium. And for a second, there's no sound. And then you hear a quill on paper. And then it stops. And you look over and blink, and there's daylight streaming in the window. And you see Dr. Feyre at a desk and turns over. And you see letters flash in the air. Oh, you're back.